Physical TBR takedown update. Well, I did it. And it's not bothering me as much as I thought it would, but I made a TBR cart. I know I'm branching out. I'm growing. So let's talk about what's on my cart, why it's there, and if I plan to read it. Okay, so here's the cart. I picked books that I've been wanting to read for a while, that I got sent to me that I really want to read for the publisher. Sound good, have had for a long time. Books that I keep meaning to get to, but always something else comes up and I really want to read. So let's talk about what's on here. We're going to go with the top row. This is a book I've seen a lot about and I'm really interested in reading. This is by Puerto Rican author Jacqueline Rodriguez. This is A Vow and Vengeance. This is fantasy and it's got power and magic and political intrigue and just a lot of things that I really enjoy. Plus it's by a Latinx author. Super wanting to get a lot of those read this year. And I really just love the cover of this. I purchased this book myself and I'm really looking forward to reading it. And it's going to be on my shelf. Now, how I'm going to choose these different ways. If I'm just feeling like reading something, I will grab it. I also have my TBR cards that will lead me to this shelf. Now I can pick things from my other shelves. These are just books I really want to prioritize. And I think if they're separated out on a cart like this, I might put more effort into actually prioritizing them. So once the goal is to read it and put it back. So it's back with my library and done. The next one up is one I've been saying I'm going to read for like forever. I read King of Ashes and loved it by this author. So Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby is absolutely on here. I did also try to get a mix of genres. This is thriller. Really excited about that. And I want to get this read. I'm hoping to read this month, honestly. It is Black History Month. So I would like to get a couple books that are on my shelves by Black authors off my shelves. I've already gotten a couple off, but you can never read enough diverse books. So really want to get into this. I'm excited about it. Another author I've been wanting to read for a while is Chapman. Clay McLeod Chaplin. This is horror, obviously. This is Ghost Eaters. I have heard really good things about this, and this has been on my shelf for years. I've never read anything by this author, so I really would like to read this book. I'm a little concerned I'm going to love it, and then there's another author whose backlog I really need to work on, but I've got nothing but time, right? At least hopefully. So a horror book there. This is one I did get sent. I got this book sent to me by Ace, which is an imprint of Berkeley, and I really want to read this. This is Anne Bishop's Turns of Fate. This is a portal fantasy. It is thicky. It is a thicker than a Snicker book. I could probably take someone out with this bad boy, but I love portal fantasies. I like having to keep everything straight, follow along. One of my favorite portal fantasies is the Library trilogy by Mark Lawrence. Really enjoyed that one. So I really want to get into this. I do belong to the Penguin Random House audiobook program, and I downloaded the audiobook to go along with this. I feel like this will be a fantastic tandem read. So there is that. Next up in my TBR cart is by Nathan Bellengard. I really liked his novella, the really Moon Crypts, whatever. I loved those books. So this is The Strange, and I've heard that this is really, really good. This is supposed to be like sci-fi-ish, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see. Mother Leaves Mars. Yeah, it's sci-fi thriller horror. I'm into it. The Strange, definitely going to get that done. Another one is Artifact Space. This is an ARC book that I was sent by Saga Press that I never got to. They did come out in January, but the second book comes out in a couple months as well. I believe at the end of March or June, or May, I mean. I got the book, so I have it. I need to find it. I think it's with my ARC books, but I did go ahead and download the audiobook for this as well, and I really want to get this read. This is like a merchant sci-fi space opera type situation. Really, really, really looks good. Again, thicky, and the other book is just as thick. This one, I am waiting on NetGalley. I got sent this by Harper. This is Cave Mountain by Benjamin Hale, A Disappearance and Reckoning in the Ozarks. And it just sounded super, super good. And I've been wanting to read it. This comes out in March. So I really want to get it read. I'm pending for the audiobook on NetGalley. So if you see this, approve me so I can read it. Approve me. I'm holding off in hopes of getting the audiobook. Another arc. There's a lot of arcs on here that I want to get read. Is Japanese Gothic by Kylie Lee Baker, who is the love of my life. When I read Bat Eater at the end of the year, 2 years ago, I was obsessed with this author, with that book. So Japanese Gothic, I wanted to read this. I started reading this a couple months ago, and then on a whim, I decided to look up the audiobook and realized that it's narrated by Natalie Naudus. This book immediately just went, I'll wait for the audio so I can do a tandem. Natalie Naudus is my all-time favorite audiobook narrator. So when I read that she was doing this audiobook, I knew I had to wait for the audiobook. So hopefully that goes up soon because I really want to read this. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book, and this is horror as well. This book I have heard a lot of things about, and I was actually book fairied this by my friend Chris. This is The Red Knot by Monique Asher, and this is supposed to be horror. Fast-paced, full of unsettling and shocking twists. Let's see, beautifully eerie setting, flawed but relatable characters, twisty, twisty, twisty. This is set off the Alaskan coast. Really excited about this. I want to get that read. This one I put on here because I know I'll be reading it soon because I'm going to read this with my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. Yes, I know what you're saying. Frida McFadden, Carly. I actually like Frida McFadden. I know they're very popcorn thriller. They all follow the same kind of like formula. They're all pretty predictable. But sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need just something to listen to or to watch or read that's just straightforward. You know where it's going. It's just for fun. And that's what Frida McFadden is for me. So yes, I've read several of Frida McFadden's books. I don't talk about them a lot on here because I feel like everybody talks about Frida McFadden. She's not an unknown author. She doesn't need my support. So I just haven't mentioned it, but I've liked pretty much the majority of the books I've read. I haven't read that many, but I'm enjoying them. So I'm going to read that with my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law at some point. Up next is this lovely book. This is by Michael Nevea, and it is a translated novel from Spanish. This is Dengue Boy, and this is about a boy who gets crossed with a mosquito and becomes like a bug. And I thought that sounded super, super interesting. So absolutely had to put that on my TBR cart. And it's a short book, so I feel like it'll be one to just get out of there. Will I pull a TBR card that says read a book about a boy who turns into a mosquito? Probably not. That's probably one I'll just have to grab. Then I have a book that I recently got book fairied. This is To Bargain with Immortals by R.A. Basu. This is a bindery release by Sky's Press. This is by Emma's Press. And I was gifted this by my friend Chell. She did a March Madness with books. I gave her some recs. She pinned them all up against each other, and I came in second place. Go me. I recommended The Whistler by Nick Medina and The Everlasting by Alex Haro, and I got second place. So take that. And she sent me this book off my wish list, and I want to read it. I've been wanting to read this, so it went on my TBR cart like immediately. I still haven't even taken the paperwork out of it. It just went immediately on my TBR cart because I know I want to read that. This video is getting a little long, so I am going to stop here and make a part 2 with the second shelf. Let me know if you're interested in seeing it.